Who speaks for the trees of Kupfrian's Park? Hi, I'm Pensacola historian Joe Vinson. I'm here at the site of the former Baptist Hospital, which is currently in the process of being redeveloped as Avery Place, an affordable housing complex. I think most people understand the urgent need for more of that in the community, but with that is anger over the trees that are being removed to make way for the project. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the history of Kupfrian Park, the neighborhood, the oak trees here in particular, and efforts over the years to strengthen protections for heritage trees. Konrad Kupfrian was born in 1833 in Bavaria, Germany, between Munich and the Austrian border, and he immigrated to America as a teenager. By 1870, he and his wife were living in Pensacola, where he operated a saloon on West Zaragoza Street, the Globe House. If you watched my video about the red light district, you'll remember that that was the same area. Ads in the 1880s for the Globe House touted imported wines, liquors, and cigars for sale, plus St. Louis Pilsner beer. And if you watched my video on the Spearman Brewery, you'll remember that back in those days, beer needed to be kept cool. In Kupfrian's homeland of Bavaria, they had a solution for that. They would store the beer in underground cellars, often near a body of water, cover the area with gravel, and plant shady trees. Add some picnic tables, and these places, called beer gardens, turned out to be great spots for hanging out, eating, and drinking the conveniently stored beer. That may have been what was on Kupfrian's mind when he purchased a large plot of land on the northwest outskirts of town in 1878. It had a central pond surrounded by a half-mile racetrack and, of course, a canopy of live oak trees. Thus, Kupfrian's Park was born. And for many years, it was the favorite place to spend the 4th of July, May Day, Emancipation Day, and other special occasions. But what really made it a popular destination was the means to travel there. In 1881, Kupfrian chartered the Pensacola Streetcar Company, which began horse-drawn streetcar service to the park in July 1884. This eventually grew into the streetcar system that operated in Pensacola until the 1930s. Kupfrian died in 1892, but his park kept drawing attendees for many more years. There was a wooden grandstand where crowds could watch races, horses, and harness racers, and eventually automobiles. And they enjoyed having picnics and playing sports under the shade of the live oaks. Eventually, the place lost popularity to newer parks like Bayview and Palmetto Beach, and the land surrounding Kupfrian's Park started being sold off as residential lots. There's one image that I think really illustrates how special these oak trees are. It's an aerial photo from December 1940 showing roughly the area between New Warrington Road and Palafox Street. Notice how sparse the tree coverage is all around Brownsville and the west side of town. Again, a lot of trees don't have leaves in December, but you can also tell there just aren't that many large old trees here, with the exception of all these massive trees around Kupfrian's Park, where you can still see the racetrack and pond. Now, the good news is that a lot of the trees you can see in this photo are still around. They're part of the campus of Pensacola Retirement Village or sitting on city or state-owned land that doesn't seem in immediate danger of development. Both the city of Pensacola and Escambia County have tree ordinances that are intended to protect large so-called heritage trees like these. One of the things that prompted these ordinances was the Alkaniz oak, which was slated for removal in 1976 to make way for the Interstate 110 off-ramp. Despite a months-long effort by activists, the tree was felled in 1977. Other high-profile cases of clear-cutting development prompted officials to strengthen the ordinances over the years, but heritage trees can still be cut down after an approval process, which the city and the county can grant if they believe the benefits of a development outweigh the value of the tree. Here at Avery Place, adjacent to Kupfrian's own home, 12 heritage trees and dozens of smaller ones were approved for removal. What are some of your favorite old oak trees in Pensacola? Let me know in the comments and follow for more history videos.